Welcome to Facts TV News, where everything is true. Roadboy turned cop, entrepreneur. Kicked out of the public high school system, Horan Kelly finally outgrew his rude boy attitude and found his way through a series of twists and turns into the police force. Now he has his sights set on improving this parish he now calls home through his seemingly endless list of entrepreneurial ventures. Kelly was born and raised in the rural district of Millbank in Portland, where he spent most of his teenage years. He learned early on that there were consequences to his poor choices. While attending high school, I wanted to become a criminal lawyer. However, I never got the chance because at the latter part of high school I was expelled, he reported. At that time, I was twist. I was adopting the trend of the street and as well trying to impact those around me, but at the same time, I was getting a perspective of different eras in life, Kelly added. He went on to finish high school at a private institution in Port Antonio called Smart Skills Academy. After successfully passing his career secondary education certificate C6 subjects, Kelly was enrolled in the youth program, where he was placed at the Social Development Commission in Port Antonio. After that, he enrolled in the National Youth Service Program, where he was assigned to the Ministry of Labor and Social Security (MLSS). Determined to change the reputation earned in his teenage years of being a rude boy, he worked hard to be productive and involved in his community. He was an active member of the Portland Youth Council and youth advocate. But when staff layoffs began at the MLSS in 2010, he still needed a mindset change to even consider a manager's suggestion to apply to the police force. Becoming a police was never on his agenda because I am not from a background where any of my family members or anyone I know were police officers. Plus, I was a rude boy, Kelly said with a chuckle. Emboldened by his childhood friend, Anthony Heslop decided to also become a cop. Kelly applied to become a member of the Jamaica Constabulary Force (JCF). While they waited to hear if they were accepted, they applied for other jobs. One of those was with the Statistics Institute of Jamaica, which hired Kelly. But 7 months after he began the job doing census duties in the Rio Grande area, he got word that his application to the JCF had been successful. He went for training at Twickenham Park in 2011, and it was horrible, he said. Being a lawman did not come naturally for him. I always had to work extra hard in my academics and in the physical exercises. I always had to read ahead of my batch and do extremely well because my trainers did not favor me, which made things very difficult, Kelly explained. He survived the training, then had short stints at Port Morant and Dallas police stations before he was finally settled at Morant Bay police station. He did general policing duties there and also a great asset to the Morant Bay traffic unit for 6 years. But he wanted more. I managed to complete short courses at the Maritime Institute. I did electrical installation at Paul Bogle Institute and supervisory management at UWI Open Campus, Kelly said. He also did courses in criminal investigations and was later transferred to Morant Bay's Criminal Investigations Branch (CIB). Then in 2017, tragedy struck. A motor vehicle crash left him unable to walk for 2 months. During that time, I met a friend and a mentor, Billy Trail. He encouraged me to start a business. However, I was reluctant. I told him I never thought of owning a business, plus I don't know what to do, and he said, just start. He told me if I wanted the jump start, he would have assisted me, said Kelly. After careful consideration, Kelly decided to start his entrepreneurial journey. He turned to something that he felt was needed in St. Thomas. I thought of a concept where I could get my hair washed after being trimmed, especially on work days, to eliminate hair on my clothes. I was able to actualize this dream through my grand aunt who had an available space at Walker's Plaza, Morant Bay. She never took me serious at the time, however, I started to build out ideas in my head so I could make my first business move in 2018, he explained. After setting up the salon, Kelly decided that he wanted to embark on another business venture. Wanting to achieve more, coupled with his love for motorcycles, he thought of starting a bike business. By 2020, Kelly had set up a Bandstar Cycles Auto Parts and Accessories in Leeds Hall, St. Thomas. It stocked motorcycles, bike parts and accessories as well as car parts. The things that I enjoy, I would want to indulge in and are not available in the parish. People always look down on St. Thomas in all sense, but I see it as a great place. I believe if we join hands and heart, we can create a product and brand for the parish, Kelly said, of thinking behind his entrepreneurial ventures. Some of his business ideas have fared better than others. A barbecue joint called Waves, opened in Portland in early 2019, did not survive because of COVID-19 restrictions. But Kelly hasn't given up and plans to develop his brand, the Ultimate Waves JA. There is a story behind the name. I am someone who loves rainfall. I am from Millbank district near to Rio Grande River, where it rains a lot. As a result of these factors, I grew to love nature, he said. He started off by selling Waves branded headwear and then Waves sweatpants and pullovers, as well as smoking accessories. The latest addition to the brand is the Waves Sports Bar located in Leeds Hall. He wants to create a backyard gaming experience at the venue where patrons can get the Waves experience, de-stress and vibe. It hasn't been easy. In setting up the sports bar, I encountered many challenges. I had to work a full day as a cop, and after leaving, I would go straight to the location to set up, and I would be there in the wee hours. I had a few people who helped me to get this dream alive. However, I was having a lot of burnout in terms of balancing everything at once, Kelly said. The supervisory course that I did at UWI has helped him on the management side. Now he just needs more hours in each day to get everything done. I have to plan ahead, and most times I am up late at nights. But they say the secret to hard work is more hard work, said Kelly. He keeps his eyes focused on his goal to have people from far and wide in and out of Jamaica travel to St. Thomas to have a Waves experience. Hi, Minister. Minister without portfolio in the office of the Prime Minister Floyd Green greets this family while on tour at the RGD department, Twickenham Park, St. Catherine on Friday. Green says he is working to settle the payment of incentives owed to the staff at RGD and, following a meeting with the management team at the agency, said a plan for the payment was presented. The Auditor General recently tabled a report in Parliament which indicated that RGD owed a total of $135.8 million in incentives to staff for the period 2006 to 2019. Crime victim switches jobs. A former member of the public health system has gone private following what he said was a less than satisfactory response from hospital's officials after his car was stolen from the parking lot he worked. The incident definitely pushed me to leave, sadly. I really didn't want to be in that environment anymore. I wanted to be in a place where I felt safe and secure, Dr. Joshua Day reported. He is a former senior head medical officer at Maypen Hospital in Clarendon. As he worked to save lives on the COVID-19 isolation ward, thieves took off with his belongings twice in 2021. First, burglars broke into his apartment in the Four Parts area of the parish, stealing some of his valued items. Then a few months later in September, his Toyota Axio motor car was stolen from the hospital's parking lot. Some support was shown in terms of words, but in terms of actually helping me to get another vehicle, much help was not offered there, he said. I was expecting to receive a more of a suitable offer from them, but instead I was told that based on the law, every effort must be made by me to safeguard my own vehicle, so I'm not sure what I should have done, being that I was at work on the COVID-19 ward trying to save another life. There is no way I can be a doctor and a security guard at once, he added. After his contract with the hospital ended, Dr. Day immediately left for Miami, Florida, where he was trained at Once Per World by renowned plastic surgeon Dr. Brad Herman. According to its website, Once Per World is a worldwide provider and innovator in the fields of wellness, beauty, rejuvenation, and transformation across the globe, at sea and on cruise ship and on the land. Dr. Herman's website says he has more than 25 years of clinical experience and is known for his innovation and minimally invasive approaches to plastic surgery. Dr. Day is now an aesthetic physician and a CEO of Rebel Area Cosmetics in the Pineapple area of Ocherest in St. Anne. He opened for business on December 20 of last year. He specializes in treatment for hyperpigmentation, acne, as well as anti-aging procedures. What happened definitely gave me more motivation to start something on my own. I also believe that I should have ownership, so I thought I would create something that my family can inherit and bring more value to the community, he added. The 34-year-old said he decided to venture into the cosmetic side of healthcare because he is passionate about skincare and it was something Ocherest needed. While being a doctor, I sold skincare products and I love to care for the skin. I started taking care of my skin from a young age and I see the importance, he said. I also saw that there was a need for cosmetic procedures just by day-to-day interaction with people. They wanted better products for their skin and they were having a lot of issues with their skin and they are not sure what product to use, said Dr. Day. He is determined to succeed and rebuild for his early experience of being a victim of crime. Most days I'm fine because I tell myself that it is just a vehicle. I know I have the potential to do well and I use that as a motivation, but sometimes I feel down when I think about all the money I lost at once, he admitted. So far, he said, business has been going well with satisfactory feedback from clients. The reception is very good. My first client keeps telling me that her skin is glowing and feedback is just the same for everyone else who came from Mobay to see me and when I go to Kingston on Fridays. It makes me feel really happy to know that my clients are pleased and that it's also my motivation, Dr. Day reported. Food security, a top priority for government, says Charles Jr. Minister of Agriculture and Fisheries Pernell Charles Jr. says Jamaica food security is top priority for the government. Charles Jr. noted that there is a global demand for Jamaican produce, adding that the government is seeking to increase local production of several crops, particularly onion. He said the ministry has set a target of increasing onion production from 20% to 70% to meet local demand. That would be an enormous 250% increase in one season, the minister stated. He noted that onion production is just one of the several crops targeted for increased production to satisfy local and global demand. There are several, ginger, potato, and others that we will be focusing on because right now our import bill is too high. We want to make sure that through our parish managers and our extinguished services that we will at least bring up so that we can feed our country. First order is that Jamaica be able to feed itself, feed its tourists, and then go out and stretch across the world, Charles Jr. stated. The agriculture minister was speaking with journalists during a recent tour of several onion farms in St. Thomas. Noting that agriculture is a critical component of the country's economic recovery, Charles Jr. urged all Jamaicans to take advantage of emerging opportunities in the sector. Get involved as we reset our economy and we move to get economy recovery booming. Farming and fisheries are presenting opportunities to you. The Ministry of Agriculture and Fisheries, Rural Agricultural Development Authority, and all the necessary agencies are ready to provide all the technical support and expertise to you to give you what you need to know in terms of knowledge and understanding to do your best in farming, he stated. Please remember to subscribe, like, share, and click the notification bell for daily updates.